On day 1, I spawned in as a baby wither skeleton in a massive nether fortress. I looked around me and saw other wither skeletons who looked just like me, but even bigger. Are you my parents? You guys are massive. How do you even fit through the doors?
This is our house, Silio. Feel free to go and explore.
Thanks, Mom. I sure will. My parents were not wrong about the house. It was massive. I went looking around and found a bunch of awesome places and people, such as this cool room and even this blaze sanctuary. Hey, how are you guys? This place is crazy! I'm gonna keep exploring. But I didn't get far because as I was crossing this bridge, I heard a massive explosion. What was that? I looked up and in the sky, I saw a massive mutant blaze and he was destroying my home. Why is he doing this? What's wrong with him? I started rushing back home, but I was stopped by a massive explosion which blew up the bridge in front of me. That really hurts! I wanted to go and check on my family and friends, but I had no way to cross this bridge. And even if that was possible, I don't even have a weapon to fight with. It was really dangerous staying where I was, with the blaze still bombarding my home. I knew I would have to escape for now. I was really hungry, but I had no idea where to find food. I still need my parents' help. I can't survive alone. I ran as far as I could from that horrible monster and eventually found a temporary shelter to take refuge in. I promised myself that I would make it back home as soon as I could, but for now, I am dead tired and I need to get some sleep. I woke up bright and early on day 2, but I was exhausted. I was so worried about my parents that I couldn't sleep very well. I knew that I could not let that stop me though, so I got right to work. After some walking around, I managed to find a forest in the nether, which was exactly what I needed. I chopped up as much wood as I could and I crafted myself a set of tools and a sword. That blaze is going down. I also wanted to collect some more materials to build up my shelter and to make it feel more homely too. If my home was destroyed, I can build a new one. I can go and get my parents and bring them with me, and we can live safely there together. I had collected a bunch of cool materials, and I was so excited to go start working on my home. On the way back though, out of nowhere, I was attacked by a group of piglins.
Stop right there, kid. Give us all your gold right now.
What gold? I don't have any gold. Leave me alone. I have more important things to do.
So you think you could talk back to us? Well, get ready for a whooping.
Wait, what? Why are you doing this? Don't hurt me! I had to run away from those evil pigs or they would kill me! They were really fast though and managed to keep up with me. I eventually reached a dead end and I didn't know what to do.
Well, here goes you, foolish skeleton. This'll teach you not to mess with us.
I was not gonna let them kill me, but I couldn't really fight back either. I decided it was more honorable to die in lava than to let those pigs bully me around. I took one last breath of air and prepared for the worst. I jumped straight into the lake of lava, but surprisingly, I didn't get hurt. Wait. What? This lava feels nice and warm. I really like it. I must be resistant to lava. That will definitely come in handy later on. The piglins probably thought I was dead, so I decided to just swim all the way home and hopefully avoid their sight. I swam as fast as possible, but I realized it wasn't very fast. I'm definitely gonna need to find a way to cross these lakes faster. This is taking forever. I eventually did make it back home, but I was exhausted and I didn't really feel like working on my home. I was too tired and hungry, but I was also feeling ready to go and make my way back to my parents. So I made sure to get some well-needed sleep for tomorrow's big day. Day 3 came around and I only had one thing in mind: going to find my parents. I had collected a bunch of blocks yesterday, so I should be all ready to fix the bridge and return home to my parents. I even have my wooden sword with me to help keep me safe if needed, and my special wither ability will definitely help out too. I finally made it back to the destroyed bridge, but that blaze had clearly gone on a massive rampage because it looked even worse than when I saw it last. This made me worry so much about my parents. I really hope my family is safe. I know they will be. They are wither skeletons after all. We're some of the strongest characters on the planet. I started making my way back home, but I felt really bad seeing how everything that had previously looked so good be completely destroyed. I was starting to lose hope. There were no signs of life anywhere until I finally saw something from the corner of my eye through one of the windows. Hey, look! That must be where my parents are hiding. Sorry it took me so long, but I'm coming. I entered the doorway and I was shocked. It was my parents' heads just placed on a table. I nearly threw up at the sight of that. Why on earth did somebody do this to me? What did I do to deserve this? But I didn't have time to think about it because I was ambushed by an M-body. What? How dare you kill my parents? I'm going to make you pay. I fought that mob to the best of my ability, and eventually, in my rage, I managed to kill it. Take that, you slimy freak. I knew that there was no way that thing could have killed my parents, though. They were super strong, and that M-body was really weak. There must have been some even more powerful creatures who were involved with the death of my parents. I vowed to avenge my parents and kill anybody and everybody who was a part of this. I was horrified by what had happened here, and I decided I needed to leave. Even if there were any clues as to what could have happened, I was not ready to face them yet. On the way out of the fortress, I passed by the broken down Blaze Sanctuary, and I was just gonna ignore it, but I heard a familiar voice call at me from the inside.
Is that you, Cilio? Please, come and help me!
I went to check out what I had heard, and it was one of the Blazes I had met on day one.
You have to help me get out of here!
I felt bad for him, but he looked just like the mutant Blaze who was responsible for destroying my home earlier and killing my parents. I didn't know what to think, but I did not trust him. You Blazes burnt down my home. Why would I ever trust you?
The only reason I managed to live is because I hid from the monsters who ravaged this place.
Wait, there had been other monsters here too? There was a lot to uncover, but I was not ready to trust that Blaze. At least yet. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I made my way back home where I decided to rest for the night. I spent days 4 and 5 looking for materials to build up my new home and to make me stronger. After some looking around, I managed to find the basal deltas, which was perfect for me. I managed to gather loads of basalt and blackstone, and with all this new material handy, I was able to craft myself a whole new set of upgrade tools. These things look amazing, and they were super useful too. They let me gather a whole new range of resources. I also made sure to take some warp fungus with me because I thought it looked really cool. While on my journey, I saw a blackstone tower in the distance, and it left me really curious. I had to go check it out. I went across the lava lake, but before I could start swimming across, a strider appeared in front of me. Whoa! Who are you? I wonder if he wants my warp fungus. I gave him some food, and he looked really happy. He then swiftly swam away into the lava lake. Whoa, he was so fast! Huh. Maybe later on, he could help me cross the lava faster. That was just a thought for now. But no more wasting time. I had a lake to cross. I eventually made it to the other side and decided to explore the Blackstone Tower. It seemed empty, so I just made my way in. I found a couple chests with a bunch of cool stuff in it, such as some gold, iron ore, and even some string. This will definitely come in handy later on. As I was about to head upstairs, I heard a voice shouting at me.
Who dares enter my
Yep,
tower?
that's my sign to go. I made some quick adjustments to my home before finally going to sleep. I've had a couple really successful days. I was woken up on days 6 to 7 to a loud bang. I went to check out the front room and it was being ransacked by the group of piglins from earlier. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of my house.
Oh, you again. I thought we finished you off earlier. Looks like we've got a tough one over here. Anyhow, let's finish what we started. Let's kill him, boys.
Ah, no, don't hurt me! Even with my new gear, I still wasn't strong enough to protect myself. I had to escape and leave my home behind, again. I can't keep living like this. I need to build myself a fortified home to live in, and I need to get a lot stronger. I knew that I had to build my home somewhere, and after some exploration, I found a crimson forest that looked like the perfect location for my house. Wow, this place looks sick! And these trees should hide me from those pesky piglins. I didn't waste any time, and I got right to work. I started building the foundation of my base with some luminous wood I had harvested earlier, and some crimson planks which I cut down from this crimson forest. My new home looks amazing! I'm almost happy that the piglins destroyed my previous house. I made sure to decorate the interior with some of the blocks I found, and I even made myself a cozy little bedroom. I love my new home! This place is beautiful! I went back outside and surrounded my house with some luminous fungus to lighten up my surroundings and to make it feel a lot less gloomy. I was really happy with the progress I had made today, but I was also really exhausted. I fell asleep right away and slept through the entirety of day 8. On day 8, during my deep slumber, I encountered an evil basal giant.
My minions must have somehow let you escape. But that is of no importance. What's a kid like you going to do to stop me anyways? Ever since I was exiled to the Nether, I've been planning on conquering it, and my time has finally come. Stay out of my way. or you will face fatal consequences.
I woke up on day 9 terrified about my nightmare. Did that giant kill my parents? Why was he exiled? I have so many questions. I knew that I could not let him take over the Nether. I don't want anybody else to go through what I've had to deal with. He must have a bunch of other minions out there, like that Blaze. I need to find friends to help me along the way. The only problem is I don't know where to find them. I headed off with only one goal in mind, and that was to find a friend. But this task ended up being much harder than I initially expected. The mobs in the Nether didn't seem to be very friendly. I went around asking everybody if they wanted to join my adventure, but the only responses I received were either them being too scared or attacking me. Ugh, this is so demotivating. Why does nobody want to join me? I was lost and running out of hope. Until it finally clicked! The Blaze from earlier! I made my way back to the destroyed Nether fortress, and to my relief, he was still there! Hey there! You're still here, it seems?
Of course I'm still here. I've been too scared to leave, and nobody else has come to save me.
Well, if you actually were evil like the other Blaze, you wouldn't still be here. Maybe you're not evil after all.
That's what I've been telling you. Why would I destroy my own home? Now please, can you get me out of here?
I will! Follow me. I've already started building our new home. I think you'll really like it. I showed him to our house, and he seemed to really like one of the trees next to my house.
This tree feels perfect to me. I'm gonna stay up here.
Well, suit yourself. Just make sure to try not to burn this whole forest down.
No promises.
Days 13 to 16 came around, and me and the Blaze had decided to go on our very own adventure together to find clues on what the evil giant was planning and where he might be hiding. But we didn't know where to start. We're not getting anywhere with this. I don't know what to do, Blaze. I completely forgot to ask you earlier, but what's your name?
My name is Bartholomew, but you can call me Barry.
Good to meet you, Barry. Wait, what's that over there? Is that a statue? We went to investigate it. Upon further inspection, it seemed like a statue of a creature that looked somewhat like the basal giant, but slightly different. There is no way we can let the evil giant have statues like this around, spreading fear among the Nether. Let's take this down. We started breaking down the statue, but we were attacked by a group of glowsketos. Oh no, Barry, let's fight them off. We hadn't been in any fights together before this, but we seemed to have a natural connection. I would distract the enemies while Barry would fly up and shoot them down. Take that, you pests. That was amazing, Barry. We did great. Now let's go take down that statue. After breaking down that statue, we found something interesting at the bottom. It was a chest. I took a look inside, and all there seemed to be was a single book. Well, that's not very interesting, or so I thought, because when I opened it and took a look, it had the crafting recipe for a wither skeleton helmet. Whoa, this is so cool. I can't wait to get myself a set of strong wither skeleton armor. Barry and I had had a long day, and we needed some sleep. But as I got home, I felt a strange tingling sensation inside of me. Whoa, I turned into a full-size wither skeleton with 14 hearts. I feel so much stronger already, and I bet I finally unlocked my wither damage ability. This is awesome. I woke up on day 17 through 21 and realized something that I should have taken care of a long time ago. Barry still didn't even have his own room. I built a ladder up the tree and created Barry his very own tree house. It's nothing special yet, but it's a massive upgrade from what it was before. What do you think, Barry?
I love it. Is there anything else I can do to repay you?
There is! Come hit this button.
Sure, what is it?
It's the subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button down below. We need all your help to take down that evil giant.
I sure will.
Great! Since that evil giant, I bet has more statues around the Nether. How about we go search around for them? We weren't having any luck on our expedition, but we did manage to find a chest, which was filled with some cool items such as wool and a saddle. Maybe this is what we need to be able to ride those striders. It would make our adventure a lot faster. We decided to head back to the lava lake with some warp fungus on a stick, and the striders let us ride them. This is so much fun!
Woohoo!
At this point, I realized I wouldn't be able to keep eating mushroom stew forever. We needed some real food. The only issue was, the Nether isn't particularly known for having the widest variety of foods. But I did have a plan, and that was hoglins. Those guys are hostile and are not afraid of a fight. But I think I have an idea of how we could trap them. I made sure to set up the fencing on my farm before we even got started, because those hoglins most definitely would not wait for us. We found a group of hoglins, and as soon as they saw us, they started charging at us at full speed. I let Barry draw the hogs into the farm, closed the gate to the fence, and then Barry flew out just in time. Wow, that was close.
Those pigs almost chopped my head off.
That was not fun. But hey, at least we have a food source to live off for now. Now let's go get some sleep. I think we've earned it. I spent days 22 to 25 building up a wither skeleton statue. If the evil giant is going to be placing statues around the nether, I want to build one too. This one will stand for the bravery of my parents and all the other wither skeletons killed by that mutant blaze. Wither skeletons are naturally really tall, so this statue is going to be massive. I can't wait to complete it. But I'm going to need a lot more blackstone and basal to complete this thing. I started collecting some more blackstone, but shortly after, I ended up getting really tired. I would have to get some more rest and continue later. This is gonna take a while. Days 26 through 30 came around, and I decided to go out looking for the basal giant's base. If I was gonna take him out someday, I would have to know where he lives. I wasn't having any luck though, so I just decided to make my way home. While on my way home, out of nowhere, the floor below me collapsed, and I fell into a hole. Ha! That really hurt. I am never stepping on gravel ever again. I looked around and I found a tunnel that seemed to lead to nothing, but I wanted to go check it out. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? On the walls of the tunnel, I ended up seeing some super cool blocks that I thought would look great in my house. So I started mining them. They were really hard and they just wouldn't break, so I decided to come back for them later. I kept on pushing forwards in the tunnel, and eventually I saw something in the distance. Is that a door? Who on earth would live down here? I made my way to the entrance, but I was scared to go inside. Whoever lives here must be crazy. I entered the house, and lurking inside, I saw a massive wither. I'm sorry for barging in. I got lost and ended up in this tunnel.
No problem. You can stay here as long as you'd like.
Oh, I didn't expect you to sound like that. Anyways, thank you, but I'd better be on my way. Wait, why do you live down here anyways?
Well, I haven't always lived here. Ever since that kobold giant and his minions started wreaking havoc upon the nether, I've been living in fear. It got to a point where I was being attacked daily by some vile piglins. They've been terrorizing the nether, and I even heard they run a prison where they bring innocent mobs to hold against their will.
That got me thinking. Could those be the same piglins that tried to kill me? Hey, by the way, do you by any chance know where this prison is located?
No. I have only heard stories of it, but I do know somebody who may know. One of my old friends managed to stay hidden from the kobold giant. The last I heard of him, he was staying at an abandoned nether fortress far north. It was never destroyed, well, because nobody ever really used it.
Wow, thank you! I really appreciate it! I made my way back to the end of the tunnel and climbed my way out. This left me with a whole lot of questions, but at least it gave me something to work towards. On my way back home, I saw another one of the evil giant statues. I knew I would have to go investigate later, but for now, I made my way back home. I had a lot to discuss with Barry. On days 31 through 35, I was woken up by someone knocking on the door.
Hey there, good to meet you. My name is Jason, and I live here in the neighborhood. I saw that you recently moved in here, and as you are now part of our community, I wanted to invite you to join our monthly neighborhood party.
What? I'm a bit busy at the moment. Maybe another time.
Hey, come on. It'll be a lot of fun. You'll get to know your neighbors, and we even have cake.
Well, the cake does sound pretty tasty. I guess me and Barry could come check it out.
Great. It's just this way.
Whoa, Barry, this place looks great. Hopefully we can make some new friends. Dibs on the cake.
Attention, everybody. Thank you all for making it to our monthly neighborhood gathering. We're all new to this neighborhood, as we've been forced to escape our homes in fear of the almighty kobold giant. But nothing to fear, as we're now safe.
Wait, why is he calling that evil giant almighty? He's horrible.
Make sure to introduce yourself to your neighbors, and most importantly, remember to enjoy the cake. Thank you.
I thought this gathering was a tradition here in the community. How would that even be possible? Whatever, he probably just wanted to make some friends, so I didn't think much of it. And I started making some new friends. I looked around for a while and I didn't seem to see Jason anywhere. A lot of the others had left too. I mean, it was getting late anyways. Perhaps it was time to start heading home. Come on, Barry, let's head off. We made our way to the entrance, but it was blocked off by a giant rock. Well, that's strange. I wonder how that got there. Let's go tell the others and we'll find another way out. We went back to let everybody know the entrance was blocked, but everybody was gone, all apart from one. I went to ask them what was going on, but before I could start talking, we were ambushed by a mutant blaze. Ha! What? This was a setup. Let's get out of here right now. Luckily, I managed to find another exit. Hey guys, over here. We managed to get out of the blaze's line of fire just in time. Our fellow stranger was hurt though. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. Come home with us. I didn't have time to build our new friend a separate room because we were exhausted. We all went right to sleep. I woke woke up on days 36 through 40 knowing that we had to become stronger to protect ourselves, and to one day be able to face the kobold giant. It seems like no matter where we go and hide, we always seem to get found. Running away and hiding is no longer going to cut it. It's time for us to fortify our base to provide us and any other creatures in need with safety and protection from the basal giant. Our wither skeleton statue would have to wait for now. I used all my remaining blackstone to create blackstone walls, which I would surround my house with. This would keep any pesky intruders out and would keep us safe from any unexpected attacks. I also realized that I should probably make my new friend his very own room too. I built him his very own room under Barry's tree. So, how do you like your new house?
Oh, it's awesome. Thank you so much. How can I ever repay you?
You can like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Of course.
Oh hey, I never asked, but what was your name?
You could call me Jojo.
Welcome home, Jojo. Our new base looked great, but I also felt like adding some improvements to my home. So I climbed onto the roof and added a bunch of more details to the house. There we go, that's more like it. I still wanted to do some more exploring for the day, so I went to check out the statue that I'd seen earlier. I didn't want to risk the lives of Barry or Jojo, so I decided to go check it out alone. This time, I made sure to thoroughly scout the area to make sure there were no threats or traps around, and then started demolishing it. Just like last time, at the base of the statue, I ended up finding a chest, which contained yet another book with the recipe for the wither skeleton. Only 2 more armor recipe pieces left to go, and I'll have the full set. Hopefully it helps make me super strong. I just need to find the materials to build the armor. That might be a struggle. All in all though, these were some very successful days, and I was very excited for the future. On days 41 to 45, I was ready to start my adventure to find the abandoned Nether fortress. Hey Barry, you ready to head off and finally learn more about the evil giant?
Let's do this.
We made our way north, and it didn't take too long before we finally found the fortress. I can see why this was abandoned. Our fortress is way cooler. This fortress was broken down and had moss growing all over it. It looked completely abandoned. I wasn't so sure we'd find the guy we were looking for here. I mean, we didn't come here for nothing. Let's make sure to thoroughly check this place out. Follow me, Barry. We made it to the fortress's entrance where we decided to split up to be able to search more efficiently. Make some noise if you find anything, Barry. Out of nowhere, I was trapped in a cage.
Prepare to die, you vermin.
No, I swear, I'm not with him. I was sent here by the wither.
Oh, Milo. I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest. Especially after what those piglins had put him through.
That's exactly why I'm here. The basal giant's minions killed my family, but I'm not gonna let him hurt anybody else. I'm gonna stop him.
You know, good for you. I admire your confidence, but I'd say there's about a 0% chance you'll survive. He's like the biggest, strongest thing I've ever seen.
I don't care. Me and my friend Barry have to try. He's here with me today, too.
Oh, I bet he's caught my lava trap. We'll go free him later.
He likes the warmth. But anyways, Milo told me you knew where the piglin prison was located and could help me find it.
I could tell you where it is, but I'd rather stay here. I'm not ready to die just yet.
Please tell me. I'm gonna go free those innocent mobs.
It is located near the lava falls of the south.
Oh, thank you. Once I've freed those prisoners, I'm going to kill that mutant Blaze too.
I see. That Blaze is the reason I fled my home in the first place. I wasn't strong enough to fight him. If you somehow manage to free the prisoners and make it back in one piece, I think I have something that may help you.
Thank you so much! Now let's go free Barry. I'm getting a bit worried about him. After some searching, we finally found Barry. There you are. Are you okay, Barry?
This is nice.
Can you get him out of there? Barry, there's no time for fooling around. It's time to go!
Do we have to?
Yes! Now let's go! I spent days 46 through 50 preparing to free that prison. I knew that even though I had a lot of experience with the giant's minions, this task was way too hard for me to attempt right now. But I had an idea on what to do. I turned the blocks of gold into ingots, and I used them to craft myself a set of gold armor. This looks great on me! I also gave my sword an upgrade because I knew those piglins would be hard to kill. I made sure to make Barry some armor too. And with that out of the way, it was go time! I hopped on my trusty strider, and it did not take long until we made it to the prison. Whoa, that thing is scary, Barry. I don't know if we can do this.
We have to. We can't let our friends down.
You're right. This is everything we've trained for. We cannot give up now. Okay, I know what we're gonna do. There were guards everywhere, but with a bit of teamwork, I think we can do this. Okay, Barry, shoot your fire charges at the guard from the top and take him out. Now come with me! Let's swim under lava and climb to the roof. Let's climb to the top and figure out what to do. I know, let's go in through the roof and then sneak around the piglins and then free the guards. We started breaking down the floor beneath us, but we ended up falling down to the middle of the prison, and we were spotted right away. Oh no, what were we thinking? Should we try to escape? I looked around, but there was no way out. We're gonna have to fight this one out, Barry. We tried our best, and we actually managed to take out most of the piglins. Woohoo! We did it, Barry! That was awesome! But just then, out of nowhere, a piglin attacked Barry! Ah, no! Die, stupid pig! Barry, are you okay?
No. It hurts so much.
Of course I'm not gonna leave you. Take this hog chop for now. I'll go free the prisoners and then bring you back home. I made sure to free everybody from their cells and let them out of the prison. Some of them even decided to join us. I was happy they felt safe enough around me and that they would come home with me. But all I could think of right now was bringing Barry back home to safety. I saw a portal in one of the prison rooms, but now is not the time for that. Come on, pal, I've got you. We finally made it back home, but I was worried sick about him. He did not look okay. Hopefully a little rest is all he needs. I woke up on days 51 through 54 worried sick about Barry. I went to check on him and he still didn't seem to be doing any better.
Everything hurts.
How could they do this to my friend? That evil giant is gonna pay for what he did. I decided it was time to keep building up my wither skeleton statue. I wanted to show the basal giant that I was not gonna let him push us around. I went to the nearest basal deltas and collected as much blackstone as I could. And I then started building up my statue. It took me a while, but after some time, it started to look really good. It's not finished yet, but with some refinement later on, it's gonna look amazing. On days 55 through 60, I started getting really curious about that portal I saw at the prison. Where does it lead and why is it there? I had to find out someday, but me and my team needed to recover and get stronger for now. I went mining to find us some gold to make us stronger. On our way back to the base, we stumbled upon a house within a forest. Curious to see what was inside, I knocked on the door.
Come in.
It was an older zombified piglin who lived here all alone. Hello, my name is Cilio. I didn't want to disturb you. We were on our way home, but stumbled upon your nice little house, and we got curious.
Take no harm, young man. It has been some time since I last had some visitors, and it has been quite lonely.
Don't you leave the house or meet friends?
No, not when that evil giant is roaming around these lands. It isn't really safe for an old man like me to be outside, where there can be a threat around every corner. Could you guys maybe help me?
In what way?
How about a deal? If you offer me protection, I'll let you use my library. I don't really have anything else that could be of value to you other than that. Maybe something interesting will come your way.
Books? I thought about it for a while, but what type of person would I be if I neglected him? I had to help him enjoy his life. He was so old. Alright, you got yourself a deal. I guess we'll borrow a couple of these books and see if they have anything interesting in them. I came back to our base and went to rest. I was getting bored and frustrated, so I decided to cool down by reading some of the books that we borrowed from the old man. Out of the blue, I found a book about portals. This is exactly what I need. The book contained a lot of valuable information. It told me that a portal is the only way to travel between two different worlds. Many have gone through but never come back. And that's the reason they're heavily guarded. Wow, I knew that I had to go back and see the portal once more and see what's on the other side. However, if I wanted to do it now, I had to go alone. Barry wasn't feeling well, and he would need much more rest before he and I could embark on this journey. Barry, look what I found from the books. This will for sure help us get stronger. Can you imagine what there could be on the other side?
It sounds dangerous. To go through a portal that supposedly transports you into another world?
I know, but we saw it there in the prison.
I guess you are right, if you believe so.
I have to leave immediately. I will leave you and Shroomline here together. Don't go anywhere. You will be safe here. I gathered my best armor and materials so I would have the best chances of survival. I finally arrived at the prison again. I had to fight a bunch of brute piglins. There were a lot of them, and they put up a fight, but eventually, I managed to beat them all. I made it to the portal once again. I heard whispers calling my name from inside the portal. I took a step closer, then another, and before I knew it, everything went blank. I woke up on days 61 through 65 with a bunch of weird creatures watching me. When they realized I'd woken up, they all got scared and ran off. Weird. I looked around me and saw things I'd never seen before. It was beautiful. I immediately started exploring. I found a cool forest, this amazing canyon, and even a spooky old mansion. The creatures inside weren't very hospitable though. I looked up and saw a weird glowing round ball. I wonder what that's about. I noticed it was much lower than before though, and the roof that was previously blue started to turn red. It wasn't long before the entire world became dark. I couldn't see a thing. Suddenly, I heard a noise. Hello? I turned around and saw... Wait, what? You're one of me, but white.
No, you're one of me, but black. Who are you?
I'm Cilio. Nice to meet you. Could you tell me exactly what this world is?
I'm not exactly sure. I woke up here one day and I've been with my tribe since. I can't remember anything before that though. Anyway, you must be tired. Let me take you to my village. I'm Jack, by the way.
Jack showed me the way to his village, where a bunch of other white skeletons welcomed me. One skeleton couple even offered me this white liquid.
It's milk. Have some. It's really good.
Wow, I feel amazing. Thanks. I'm Cilio, by the way.
Cilio? I can't remember much about the time before we arrived in this land, but I'm pretty sure I had a son named Cilio. You actually look just like him. Weird, huh?
Huh, that is a little weird. The nice skeleton couple let me stay at their house. They told me a bunch of cool stories about this world they call the Overworld.
Long ago, we had ores, much stronger than any metal you've seen, called diamonds. We used them to craft immensely strong armor.
Cool! Where's that armor now? Can I see it?
Ever since that evil king started terrorizing our tribe and taking our diamonds, we haven't been able to craft more of it, leaving us weak and fragile.
That's horrible! We have to do something!
Impossible! The king has an army, and even worse, I've heard he has a terrible monster inside his fortress. Many of our toughest warriors have tried to overthrow the king, but they've never returned.
Well, we can't sit here and do nothing. With our forces combined, I bet we can overthrow that horrible king. Jack, what do you say?
You know what? Let's do it. One problem though, I've never hurt even a fly in my life.
What's a fly? Well, whatever. I'll teach you. First thing tomorrow, I will make you a warrior. I woke up on day 66 through 70.
Ah! Ouch!
Oh my god, Jack, you're on fire!
Really? Didn't notice.
We ran to a shaded area under a tree as fast as we could.
I forgot to say, but around these parts, we're only awake during the nights. We can't stand the sun.
Huh, I guess having been around hot lava all my life, my species can handle the sun a lot better. Just in case, we decided to wait for nightfall before starting our training. I started by teaching Jack how to wield a sword.
You know, Cilio, it doesn't feel right. Let me try something.
He pulled out 2 sticks and a string and made a funny looking fishing rod.
This is called a bow. I've never used one, but my tribe has been mastering this weapon for ages. It's time for me to learn too.
We spent a couple days training together, getting faster, stronger, and more skilled with each of our weapons.
It's time to see just how strong we've gotten. Those spiders over there have been terrorizing us for as long as I can remember. Let's teach them a lesson.
Jack and I charged at the spiders. There were a ton of them. I started to doubt whether we could take them, but I was surprised to see just how much stronger we had gotten. Jack had become a master with the bow, and I struck down spider after spider.
Haha, take that. That's for stealing our milk.
We took down those spiders with ease. You feel better now, Jack?
Yeah, that was personal.
I think we're ready. We spent days 71 through 75 coming up with a plan on how to take down the evil king. So I say we sneak up on the east side of the castle during the night, find the tallest tower where he must be sleeping, and take him down before anyone even knows we're there.
No way. There are guards on the lookout every hour of the day. We'd be spotted immediately.
I was interrupted by a strong headache. I don't feel so good. Let me sit down. Every breath I took felt like inhaling poison. I guess the air in the overworld wasn't what I was used to. I decided to take a nap to regain some strength. I woke up only a few hours later to an alarm going off. 2 of the king's guards were attacking our tribe. Jack and I immediately decided to take action. Jack shot his arrows from afar whilst I rushed towards them, landing multiple hits on them. We were able to easily take them down. Tell us more about the evil king.
The king isn't evil. He's only doing what he must for the people. By exploiting others? Great guy. Tell us about the castle's weak spots. Why would I ever? Ouch! Ow, okay, I'll tell you. The castle has a secret entrance on the north side. You'll be able to sneak in there without being seen. The king has his quarters at the heart of the castle. I can't tell you more than that.
Thanks, you were very useful. We decided we couldn't let them go back to the king now that they knew we were planning an ambush. So we locked them inside one of our houses. You'll be safe in there. Quit complaining. We left you a bunch of food. On day 75 through 78, it was time to attack the evil king. Jack and I made our way to the castle. It was way bigger than I had expected. We found the opening on the north side and snuck in. I can't believe this is working. We made our way along the hallways, navigating our way to the heart of the castle, but something felt off. It was quiet. too quiet. We finally found a massive door that definitely led to the king's quarters. I quietly opened the door, but there was nobody there. Where? I was interrupted by a clicking sound, and before I knew it, I was falling. Ha!
Don't be so dramatic, Silio. Where are we, anyways?
I looked around. It seemed like a large arena, and on the edge of the arena on a throne was the evil king.
You fell for my trap just like all the other ones have.
From the corner of my eye, I noticed something very unsettling. A pair of skeleton skulls. We might be in a pickle.
Oh, don't be scared. I have a little surprise for you. Prepare to meet my little friend.
A gate on the opposite side of the arena suddenly opened, and out of it came something from my worst nightmares. An absolutely massive mutant husk.
Uh-oh.
Build us up! Quickly!
I'm out of blocks.
We had no choice but to take on the mutant husk. The husk was ruthless and hit insanely hard. Ouch! I think I broke a bone. Jack and I both knew we had to be on our best game. We did exactly like we had trained. Jack shot his arrows distracting the husk whilst I charged ahead and went for the head. It took more effort than anything we had ever done before, but after a while of fighting, we took down the mutant husk. We did it!
Wait, what? That wasn't supposed to happen.
Jack and I went to confront the king. It was time he gave back the diamonds to the skeleton tribe.
Give us back our diamonds.
Okay, the giant won't be happy about this, but I'm sure I can weasel my way out of it.
Wait, you know the giant?
Do I? That horrible thing forced me to work for it. I had no choice but to follow orders.
You always have a choice. You didn't have to hurt everyone.
But then I would have been in trouble. I don't want to know what that thing can do.
Coward, we'll let you live. But if you ever hurt any more beings, I won't be so nice next time.
Got it.
Jack and I made our way back to the village with all the lost diamonds. Everyone cheered for us. Thanks! I had to help. Just then, the headache came back, and it was much stronger than before. I don't feel very good. Maybe it's time to head back to my world. The skeletons followed me back to the portal. At this point, I was in real pain. I even started to lose health. I rushed to the portal when I heard a voice behind me.
Wait, I remember more now. In my previous life, I was in a huge red fortress in another world filled with lava. Something attacked me, and I tried to find my dear Silio.
Wait, Mom? Could it be? It was too late though. I had already stepped into the portal and I was almost out of health. I woke up on day 79 to 84 back in the Nether, confused. What am I gonna do with all these diamonds? But then I remembered something from one of the books that the Elder had loaned me. I rushed back to the Elder's house, but when I got there, it had been raided. I searched through the house and found the Elder in his room. What happened? Who did this to you?
Oh, I don't know. It all happened so fast. But my precious house! I built it with my family long ago. Oh, I haven't seen them in forever.
I will get justice for you, I promise! Whoever did this is gonna pay! I looked around the house. I stepped into the main room when I saw something from the corner of my eye. It was a gigantic blaze rod. Only one creature could have done this. The mutant Blaze. I had had enough. It was time to locate the home of the mutant Blaze and put an end to his terrorizing. I spent days 85 to 89 on my journey to take down the mutant Blaze. Barry was feeling a lot better, so he joined me on my quest. It seemed impossible to find them though. Where could they be? Just as we were about to lose hope, I spotted a giant tower in the distance. This just had to be it. We made our way there and it was huge. It was a whole city brimming with blazes.
Yeah, barging in there might not be the best idea.
I agree. Okay, so here's the plan. You will head in first, and I will hide behind you until we've gotten to safety. From there, we should be able to hide behind obstacles. The mutant Blaze is massive. He shouldn't be hard to find.
Right! Great plan! Except for a teensy tiny detail. What if they recognize me? They attacked us at the Blaze Sanctuary, remember?
Yeah, but that was ages ago. Besides, there are tons of blazes in there that look similar to you. We'll be fine.
Whatever you say, but I have a bad feeling about this.
We made our way inside and my plan seemed to be working. No one noticed me sneaking behind Barry. We finally made it to safety and so we started to make our way through the city.
Shh, be quiet. There are blazes around every corner.
I know what I'm doing. They're not gonna see a thing. We've been spotted! Wait, they're just babies. No. Shh, be quiet. It's okay. It's okay.
Phew. All right, let me handle this.
the top of the tower and reached it without being seen. We climbed it from the outside to avoid the hundreds of guards inside. How much higher do we have to go?
Oh, just a little more.
We reached the top floor and climbed through one of the windows. Across the room, sitting on his throne, we found the mutant Blaze. That's it! Your reign of terror ends here.
Now, my friends, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Don't play games with us. We know you're working with the Basal Giant.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But say, can I interest you in a glass of our finest lava?
Alright, that's it. I saw you destroy my home. Remember that fortress you burned down? My family was in there. I'm here to avenge them.
I see. So be it. But you have no idea who you are dealing with.
We start battling back and forth in the room. It was super close. Either one of us could have won. He shot balls of fire at me, but I retaliated with a couple of strong hits. Until finally, I defeated the mutant Blaze. You got what you deserved. Wait, what's going on? The mutant Blaze was bloating up and made a weird sound. Barry and I quickly decided to jump out of the window, and the second we did, we heard a huge explosion. Phew. That was close. But we gotta go back in there to investigate. There could be clues on the Basal Giant. We made our way back and started looking around the throne. Behind it was an item frame with a super strong looking sword. Whoa, this looks awesome. This will definitely come in handy. There was also a chest where we found a note that contained the location of the Basal Giant, along with the crafting recipe for a wither skeleton chest plate. Awesome! On days 90 through 92, we decided to make our way back to the Elder's house to deliver the good news. But on our way there, a group of brood piglins ambushed us from behind. I fell down a cliff and landed right next to a massive mutant hoglin. Uh-oh. I decided this was a good time to test on my new sword. I swung it against the mutant hoglin, and to my surprise, it shot out blades of fire. Whoa, this is so cool, and it deals so much damage. I easily defeated the huge hoglin by myself, but I was lost. I looked around me and saw another statue. I once again took it down with Barry's help, and like last time, found a chest with a crafting recipe for the final piece of the wither skeleton armor. Finally, this is amazing. We finally made it back, and I decided to finally finish up the wither skeleton statue. It was long overdue. It took me a while, but I finally finished it, and it looked absolutely beautiful. I'm so proud of it. On days 93 to 96, I finally made it back to the Elder's house. We killed the mutant Blaze. He won't be hurting anybody anymore. And we also found these crafting recipes.
That is wonderful. Yes, I recognize these recipes.
You do?
Oh yes, it is a very strong armor worn long ago by wither skeleton warriors. It is said to have given them tremendous amounts of power and extraordinary abilities.
That's so cool! So how do I craft it?
You can't.
What?
There is only one blacksmith who will know how to craft such powerful armor. He lives far away in the deepest parts of the Nether.
Then I will find him. I need this armor if I want to take down the Basal Giant. I set off on my journey to find the blacksmith. I decided this was something I had to do alone, so I headed off to find the deepest part of the Nether. After a whole day of traveling, I finally found something. It was a massive crater that went deep underground. I climbed down the huge crater as it got darker and darker the deeper I went. I finally felt solid ground, but it was too dark to see anything. I saw nothing except a faint light far in the distance. I headed towards it and found a little hut. This has to be it. I knocked, but nobody answered. Hello? I've come to learn how to craft wither skeleton armor. The door suddenly opened and I stepped inside. On the other side of the small hut, I saw the blacksmith looking out a window.
Ever since that horrible giant has roamed these lands, this has been my prison. I assume you want the armor to stop him. I accept.
Awesome! So, when can I do it?
I cannot craft the armor. It must be crafted by a wither skeleton.
What? But what did I come all the way here for? I can't craft this armor.
Cool down, youngster. I can guide you. Follow me.
The blacksmith headed outside through a back door. I followed him outside, where he led me to a very long bridge.
I cannot follow you any further. Follow the path. Learn about your past and future. Only then can you craft the armor that your predecessors wore proudly.
Alright, got it. My past and future. What does that even mean? I made my way to the other side of the bridge where I found a small opening. In the middle, there was a small podium with something on top. It looked delicious, and I was kinda hungry. I've earned this. I woke up in a weird world that looked nothing like I'd ever seen before. Whoa, where am I? I followed a small path that led me to a pond. Suddenly, I heard my mom's voice speaking to me.
Son, don't be afraid. I'm here now.
Mom? Where are you? I'm so sorry for leaving you at the fortress. I should have stayed and fought.
No, son. That would have only led to your demise. You are our only hope now.
How? What can I do? I don't even know how to craft the wither skeleton armor.
To learn how to craft our secret weapon, you must learn about yourself. Find yourself and find peace.
But how? But I got no response. She was gone and I was all alone again. Suddenly, I found myself in a whole new environment. In front of me was a massive mountain, and on top, I could see the basal giant. I rushed to the top. This time, the giant wouldn't get away. I will kill him once and for all. I charged at him and swung my blade, but I missed. He was gone. How is this possible? Suddenly, I felt a huge blow to my back, and I flew into the wall behind me. The basal giant had teleported behind me. I had no time to waste. I fought the basal giant to the best of my abilities, but he was too powerful. He hit me into a cave and I felt him follow me inside. I swung my blade at him, but it wasn't the basal giant. It was me. I was fighting myself. It felt impossible. He knew my every move and I couldn't land one hit. This went on for a while and eventually I got tired. I couldn't keep going, so I surrendered. But to my surprise, so did the other me. I looked at myself and I realized something. I was fighting the wrong battle. I had been so focused on getting revenge all this time that I had forgotten that this was much greater than just me. I had to save the whole Nether. The entire cave suddenly lit up and I could finally see the walls. They showed ancient texts of wither skeleton warriors and how they believed that after death, they would be transported to a world that seemed very similar to the overworld. The complete crafting recipe for the wither skeleton armor was also there. Finally! I know how to craft the armor! I took out the diamonds I'd gotten from the overworld, along with some netherite, and I got to work. I added some final touches, and the armor was complete. I suddenly woke up and felt much stronger. I went back to the blacksmith's hut and found him waiting outside.
So I see you succeeded. Well done, youngster.
Wait, how can you tell? Oh my god. I'm massive! I felt super strong, and I now hit 25 hearts! Thanks so much, Mr. Blacksmith! I won't forget this! It was time to head home. I made it all the way back and I was exhausted, so I went right to sleep. I woke up on days 97 to 99 with only one mission: to take down the evil basal giant. I took the map I had found in the Blaze City and headed off to find the giant together with Barry. The map led me to a massive basalt mountain. It looks like this might have been a beautiful environment once. Could the basal giant be turning nature into basalt? We headed up the mountain and eventually reached the summit, where the basal giant was waiting for us. Why? Why would you kill so many innocent beings and terrorize the Nether?
How simple-minded of you. But how could I expect you to understand?
What do you mean?
The only reason I had to eliminate all those beings is so that I could turn the Nether into basalt. I didn't want to eliminate all those lives, but it was the only way for us to prosper. I also heard about your efforts in the overworld. Very impressive. Those diamonds you took were my food supply. You've been a real annoyance, you know that. But that ends today. Today, I will end you.
We both charged at each other and launched into a fierce battle. I was able to withstand his strength.
So you've gotten stronger then. It makes no difference. I will crush every bone in your body.
I launched blades of fire at him with my sword, hit him with some powerful hits, but he was tough. It took every ounce of strength I had to fight him. In the meantime, Barry had snuck up from behind and started blasting the giant with fireballs. The giant did not like this though, and launched towards Barry and struck him down. I quickly charged at the giant just as he was about to crush Barry, threw Barry out of the way and stabbed the giant right in his stony heart. The giant was defeated, and the basalt mountain started to transform back to what it once had been. The Nether was saved, but I had been hit pretty hard. I took a final look around me and saw how happy everyone was. I closed my eyes, finally at peace. I woke up on day 100 in the overworld. Mom, I missed you so much!
Hey guys, I know I helped kill your boss and all that, but is there any chance there's room for another Blaze here?
Barry joined the Blazes, and I lived happily with my family in the overworld, and survived 100 days as a wither skeleton. If you want to see me do more of these 100-day challenges, remember to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and comment down below on which challenge you want to see me do next.